What's going on, you guys? So this is going to be a big video. This is going to be a big video, if only because, um, is this the beginning of the end? I know that Cartoon Network has had a lot going on over the past few years. They've had a lot going on. Their time on their network has shortened immensely. Like, if you live in the west of the United States, like if you live in California, if you live in any of those states that are far left, like in the west, you are barely watching Cartoon Network, because Cartoon Network ends for that time zone at around like 4 p.m. Here where I am, I'm deep in the south. So we are Central Time. So we are about a 2-hour-ish difference from California. So it ends for us around 6 p.m. 6 p.m. is still very, very early. But it is always been something that has been about kind of like... It's always been something that's been slowing the network down over the years, you know? First they're shaving off an hour, then they shave off another hour, then they keep shaving stuff off, and it eventually gets to the point where we don't know what's going on. And that's what happened. When I started to realize that Cartoon Network was ending at like 6 p.m., 5 p.m., 4 p.m. some places, I started to realize what's happening. What's going on? What are they going to do? Because Adult Swim started taking over more and more and more. And I was like, what's happening? What are they going to do? Well, then they reintroduced Checkered Past. And I'm like, okay. But then again, Checkered Past might be the best of Cartoon Network, sure. But it's on Adult Swim. It's not on Cartoon Network. Okay, well, there's Toonami Rewind. It's on Adult Swim. It's not on Cartoon Network. Okay, well, what is on Cartoon Network? Well, they have the shows that they have. They have, Teen Titans Go, and they have all that stuff going on. But not much real, like, new stuff. No big, huge events. It's not like they're planning any huge theatrical films anytime soon. I think the most recent we had was Craig Before the Creek, and even then, that was like a big in-between another film. And even that was only a made-for-TV movie. But guys, the fact that the Cartoon Network website has officially closed, I am now in question. And this is a big deal. The fact that I am in question. Because, guys, how many things have happened with Cartoon Network over the years where I've said, nah, it's not a big deal? Like, Cartoon Network Studios itself closed down. CNS. In Atlanta. I believe it's in Atlanta. Closed down. And even I was like, well, no, network is still alive and well. Well, now the website's down. What does that mean? Well, maybe that... I don't know. And that's the thing, is like every time something happened with Cartoon Network, I could always be like, well, maybe. And then the response to that is people who couldn't prove me wrong, and they'd say, well, maybe. Maybe you're right. But guys, I gotta admit, I'm kind of getting tired of saying, well, maybe. I can say it again. Like, well, maybe they were just looking for a place to save some money, and they shaved off the Cartoon Network website. Maybe website URLs are not... Maybe they just really were taking a big hit from it. I just don't know. I just don't know. But it's not a good look. After everything that's happened over the years... It's what, and I'm sure that there's still going to be people, which I agree with you, by the way. For those of you who are about to comment, nah, Cartoon Network's not dead. Nah, Cartoon Network is not dying. I agree with you. All I'm trying to say is it's getting harder and harder and harder to hold that position, to hold that opinion. I can at least admit it. Is like, do I think that Cartoon Network is dying? Like, it's going to die in the next 5 years? Probably not. Right? Probably not. But if it did, am I going to be surprised? No. And if I really don't believe that it won't, if I'm going to take that stance, I have to defend it, right? If I'm going to take a stance on anything, I have to be prepared to defend that stance. And I can still take the defensive stance and say, well, Cartoon Network's not dead, Cartoon Network is not dying, right? I can still do that. What this video is saying, what I'm even doing by making this video is to draw concern. Because while, yes, I could technically still hold the opinion of no, Cartoon Network is not dying. But I must admit, it is becoming genuinely harder and harder and harder to hold that opinion. To keep defending when things like this happen. So what does that mean? Is Cartoon Network dying? Once again, my answer is I don't know. But what I can say is that this is yet another example of, well, doesn't look very good. Cartoon Network website shut down. I mean, who remembers? Right? Get Animated. Get Up and Go challenge. Remember when they used to motivate you to not? And this is what's crazy to me. The way that things are marketed towards kids and people today is they don't care about you. They don't care about your personal beliefs. They don't care about your own personal well-being. What they want is for you to sit behind the TV screen and watch all day long. Because that's what makes them money. If you die in the process, or maybe something a little less drastic, if you become less healthy as a result, they don't care. Cartoon Network back in the day used to not only care, but encourage that you get away from the TV. But encourage that you turn the channel, that you turn the TV off, and go outside. Look, don't just sit there, get animated. Still advertising their stuff too, right? Like, hey, Star Wars Clone Wars is premiering, hey, here's a new game. But at the end of the day, hey, Get Up and Go challenge. Hey, get animated. Right? Looking for episodes of your favorite Cartoon Network shows? Check out what's available to stream on Max. Sign up for Max, where you can also create a kid's profile with ratings restrictions, additional privacy protections to keep it fun and kid-friendly. Cable subscribers continue to enjoy their favorite Cartoon Network programming on your TV and connected apps as well. Look at this. TV, request your favorite cartoons, JBVO, Boomerang, Inner Toonami. Damn. Dude, yeah, here's the infamous one. This is the one that everyone's been sharing. Guys, come on in. Spend some quality time with your kids' favorites. Stream larger than life animated shows and specials. I mean, they're definitely still looking for your favorite Cartoon Network shows. Continue to enjoy your favorite CN programming on your TV. I don't know. It's not a good look. It's just not. And deep down, it breaks my heart that we even have to have this conversation. I can't believe that the website that has been around, and you want to know something? You really, really, really want to know something? The website did die. It did. Nobody went on CartoonNetwork.com anymore. But why? And I'll tell you why. The people in charge of the website stopped caring. Cartoon Network themselves stopped caring. Look at all the classic games. What is this? Guys, I'm getting depressed. I don't even want to keep looking at this, but it's not looking good. I'm not going to say Cartoon Network's dying. The title might say it for people to click on the video purposes, but I just, all I can say, literally all I can say, is that it's getting harder and harder and harder to hold the opinion, to hold the stance, to defend that Cartoon Network's not going anywhere. To defend that, no, Cartoon Network's not dead. How long... And let me ask you a question. For those of you that continue to hold this very, very, very strong opinion of Cartoon Network's not dead, you guys are being over dramatic, I want to ask you guys a question. At what point in a situation, in any situation, should the alarm get sounded? Because that has to happen in every situation. Say, for example, you're in school, you're doing a lab experiment, mistake, now something is on fire. My question for you, how far does that fire need to spread? How much of the building needs to get burned down before you're able to finally say, oh, you're right, maybe there is a problem. Maybe this isn't looking very good. Because, again, I'm totally with you guys on some aspects of people over-exaggerating, right? Like if, say, for example, I lit a match and someone's freaking out saying, oh, you're going to burn down the whole school. Then I'm going to say, all right, you're overreacting. But if the school is already on fire, one classroom is already burned down, and you're still looking at me telling me Cartoon Network's not dead or the building's not burning down, you're overreacting. My question for you is, at what point do you look at Cartoon Network and say, ooh, it is dying? At what point half of the network is gone, the website just closed, you would understand, in order for something to stick around, it has to continue to grow. Where has Cartoon Network grown in the past 10 to 15 years? Where? Hasn't grown anywhere. It's been in a constant bubble where it's been trying to grow, but the bubble keeps it contained. No matter what. Cartoon Network has been trying to grow, but it can't. It's getting stuck. And I know I keep rambling on. We're going on almost 13 minutes here, but I need it to be... I need this video to be something that will alarm people, because this is definitely concerning. Again, I'm not saying Cartoon Network is dead. I am not saying that it's going to die in the next 5 years. But what I am saying is bare minimum, bottom line, borderline. This is concerning. And I know I'm going to get people in the comments who are like, oh, you're overreacting, Cartoon Network's not dead. It's just the website. Nobody visited it anyway. Nobody cares. Again, these are the people, I'm just letting you guys know, these are the kinds of people that will say that, and then the network dies, and they'll be like, oh well. And then they'll just move on. So you spent all this time telling me who was concerned, who I might have actually been able to do something to help fix the problem, that nah, there's no problem. Then when there really was a problem, and that problem got so big and bad, it destroyed the entire network, and I could have jumped in and helped save it, and now you're holding the opinion of, you see it die, and you're just like, oh well, and you think you can just walk away. I don't like that. This chair is very loud. I'm sorry if you guys can pick up on the squeaking. But I don't like that. I am not that type of person. I am very much of the belief, if I see somebody is struggling, that person needs help, and I will help them. Cartoon Network is very similar. Their website is dead. And they've been losing hours from their network every year. The point of something continuing to exist is that it needs to continue to grow. Cartoon Network has not grown. Cartoon Network has regressed. It has lost hours. It has now lost its website. For those of you that continue to rally and say Cartoon Network is not dead, my question to you then must be, what will it take for you to even become remotely concerned? What will it take is my question to those of you who hold that. I'm not trying to start an argument. I'm not trying to start a debate. I am just a clearly very different person from you or whoever's saying that. And I just want to know from your point of view, what makes you draw no concern? Because as a big fan, as somebody who very deeply cares about Cartoon Network, I am very concerned. This is not a good look. We need to do something. I don't know what we can do. I don't know if there's anything to do. But if we don't do something, I fear Cartoon Network is going to die. And I've made videos in the past, I'm talking like almost 10 years ago, that people really love and people really enjoy, and people have come back to me and told me that I was right all along, that everything I said came true. And I'm not saying that I'm a super genius who can predict the future, but I am saying that for those of you guys who believed me back then when I said that those certain things that would happen and they did happen, this is the one situation I don't want to be right. I hope it doesn't die. But for those of you who believed me then, at least take from me the caution that you should at least be remotely concerned. Because this is not a good look. And I'm very concerned with the future of the network. But that's all I'm going to say. That's all I really have to say. What do you guys think? Leave your comments down below in the description box as always, and I will get back to you guys when I can. Thank you guys always for everything. Even if Cartoon Network goes away, I will always be here with you guys. We can go through that death together, and we can go through the memories and the reliving of those days and of Cartoon Network together. But anyways, guys, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye. Thanks so much to The Plush Experience, Matt Harvey, Smash Big Caleb, Kimberly Ann Hart, Jeremy Animations, Savage Gamer 1998, Tamil Kent, Split Fries Media, Matty G, 4AUTTP, Brainiac, Beige 6410, 20s Brooks, King Ben _YT, Sakam Bomber 3, That _Guy 69, Advanced Hal, Ryan Wilkins, Kame Senin, and Susan Simone for all being members. If you would also like to become a member, on my channel there exists multiple different tier levels, and you can pick out which one is best for you.